Everybody, good morning and welcome to the show. Got to tell you, we're going to check that ever-improving forecast in just a minute. But first, I think we can all agree that there are many paths to achieving success. But a new book by entrepreneur Mark Stoner has just been released that goes against most conventional wisdom. It's called Blue Collar Gold: How to Build a Service Business from the Dirt Up. And Mark Stoner has been seen on CNBC's Blue Collar Millionaire and is CEO of a multi-million-dollar chimney service company. And Mark joins us live via satellite to talk about the book. Welcome, Mark. How are you?
Hi, Linda. I'm great. Thank you for having me.
This is great. Tell us, what do you consider blue collar gold?
So blue collar gold is in the service business, right? It's in the guys that are willing to go out, maybe get dirty, the women that are willing to do actual service, whether it be, cutting hair or doing nails, any kind of work that is, they consider blue collar. It used to be just because you were in the trades and you literally wore a shirt that had a blue collar, but recently we've basically said it was somebody that works with their hands or does that kind of work. That's blue collar. And in that, I find that there's one, we're telling our kids, go to school, get a degree so you don't have to do that kind of work. And I'm challenging that. I think that's the wrong message. And I wrote a book saying that I believe that's the wrong message for certain people. Now, I'm not against education by any means, but I think college education is good for some, and trade education is good for many others.
Absolutely. Why do you think the service industry is such an untapped opportunity?
Well, have you ever called for a service company and they can't get to you for a long time, or they don't answer the phone, or they don't service you well? Well, that's because they're having a hard time getting people to come work for them. They're having a hard time getting people that will stay with them or do the kind of work. And that would seem like a bad thing, but in my book, Blue Collar Gold: How to Build a Service Business from the Dirt Up, I teach you how to attract workers and people that want to do the work, and actually how to build it and make sure you do have a guy that shows up to the door on time. You have somebody that answers the phone and does a great job for the customers. And because there's so much work out there and such a lack of it, there's an opportunity too. So that's what I'm trying to show people. There's a huge opportunity in almost any service business that you want to get into.
And Mark, there's a lot of lessons there too. That you kind of incorporate in the book, because you talk about some of your failures and what can be learned by all this.
Right. I'm probably one of the biggest failures in the chimney business as well. I have failed multiple times on many different levels. I was working by myself. After 17 years, I still work by myself. I fell 30 feet off a roof. I got seriously hurt, and I realized I didn't have a business. I had actually just had a job. What I really realized is I need to build a true business that will work without me. I've also failed in leadership. I've failed with how to manage people. I've failed in my finances, not realizing how to really know my numbers and my percentages. So the book is really about my failures and my steps that not only did I fail, but then here's what I learned from the failure, and hopefully you can learn that too. Now, I think failure is a great teacher, and I don't want people not to fail. You do need to fail because it's a great learning lesson, but I want to help you understand there's something else on the other side of failure. And the more you fail and the quicker you fail, the quicker you actually have success if you learn from those failures.
Yeah, and as I started this segment, there's a lot of different paths to success. And, if you have a passion for something, I love your advice. It's like, go for it. Think about what that service, what that niche is that's not being filled. You could fill that, and you could do very well in life and be very happy.
There's not a better time in America to go for it. The TV show I was on, Blue Collar Millionaires, that showed you can do anything and become wealthy, or you can be successful at anything, from making ukuleles to moving people to hauling trash to digging ditches, and in my case, chimney sweeping. So if you want to do it, there's not a better time than to do it right now.
And I love the book. It's not a very long read, but you've got everything in there, Mark. So thank you. This is Mark Stoner, everybody, author of the new book, Blue Collar Gold: How to Build a Service Business from the Dirt Up. Now, that book is available at most bookstores and Amazon.com. So thank you, Mark. All right, everybody, listen.